सबके लिए नमस्कार। मैडम प्लीज। हिंदी में बात कर सकता हूँ, भाषण नहीं कर सकता हूँ, इसलिए आई विल जस्ट कंटिन्यू विथ इंग्लिश. So I'll take you through the story of my life and how it went on as far as humanities is concerned. In your lifestyle medicine is a different thing altogether. So my focus will be on humanities. I think anybody has watched this movie, Angels and Demons? Yeah. So anyhow, this why I took this as one is one of the powerful expression media as far as humanities is concerned in India is actually movies. So most of us, I think, we would have watched. Like we are movie fans, and some of you would have been at least into movies. And if at all any expression of any hearts is concerned, if you look at it, most of it would have experienced the movies in one or the other way. In that sense, that's a reason why I took this. And one of the second reason would be. This movie is about angels and demons, so it's basically many a times even we get confused whether we are angels or demons. So as being doctors, many of us would have experienced this, like many a times many of the patients you will treat you as gods, and sometimes some of us would have also experienced the other side of it, like they also treat us as demons also. So the expression, like basically we are put in the middle, so we need to experience the both sides of the coin. So being a doctor, it's a different thing altogether. So the experiencing the both sides of the coin becomes very important as far as the life of a doctor is concerned. Please. So this is my medical college where I work, and is the founder Gangadharaya and G. Parmeshwar, who is the chancellor. Next slide, please. William Osler is one of the very famous physician we had the world has seen, and he has given some powerful message as far as the humanities is concerned, and he was a very powerful proponent of humanities. One of his please go back. His statement is, we are here to add what we can to life, not to get what we can from life. So he has basically our objective as a doctor is to give something as far as the life is concerned. And before where we go, we don't know. In that sense, at least during the passage of our time, we want to contribute something. In that sense, our message or my philosophy would be to work for medical humanities. Please. Dr. Uprit Madam has gone into detail of medical humanities. So in that sense, my job is in that sense slightly restricted also. And some of the things which came out during the discussion as one point Apurva sir also told me that regarding the religion and humanity or religion and science, how the other side of the wall people are looking at us and how we are looking as far as those people are concerned. But if you look at the history of how science has grown, actually it has nothing but it has grown from religion actually. It started off as a religion. Even in a sense actually, if you look at how medical humanities grew, it started off actually theological discipline actually. So they worked more in the, like people who were interested in medical humanities were actually theologians. But later on it got incorporated into medical humanities. So in that sense, there is lot which science can take from religion, and there is lot the religion can learn also from science. So in a way, we have to symbolically associate with each other, so that we should also need to understand what we can share and make them understand what is that. And one thing which I strongly feel that is some things which we have left it out is that healing, the power of healing, the healing world. The word, I don't know, like during down the history line, I don't know when we lost that word to some other people. I think over a period of time, what has happened is medicine has become a curing discipline, and rest of all the disciplines has become a healing discipline. But we should, I think, gradually over a period of time, we should also understand we are also healers. We are not just curators. We are also healers, because our job is also healing the patients. We are looking at the wholesome as far as the patient is concerned. Maybe the reductionism is there. The way the other people on, like humanities peoples who talk about us, like the science is a reductionist field, it is there, very much there. But the thing is, over a period of time, we need to bridge that gap, and a lot of things are shaping up as far as the medical humanities is concerned around the world and also in India. So in that sense, it will help us to reshape as far as medical humanities is concerned. Next slide, please. So this is something which is become a common trend nowadays, especially after COVID. I don't know, many people are very reluctant to touch the patient also. So I think the technology is definitely there, and no touch medicine has become a practice. And the today's students, when compared to the like maybe 20-30 years before, I think we used to touch the patients more. But gradually over a period of time, it is all looking at the reports. The reports become more important than the patients by itself. The story of the patient is lost. So unless we understand the story of the patient or understand what the patient does, I think that's what the William Osler used to tell, that you should, more than treating the disease, you should be treating the patient who has the disease. So that becomes the prime priority as far as the treating the patient is concerned. So high tech and high touch medicine is coming in, and that's what the humanities is bringing as far as the medical humanities is concerned. Next slide, please. This is what's happening as far as humanities is concerned. So like some of the things which are really facilitating as far as humanities is concerned is, after that NMC has come in, lot of like the CBME, the current CBME competency based medical education, in that one of the things which is very profoundly there is actually foundation course is there, along with the ADCOM. The madam in fact in 2015 only they came out with the article where they had talked about a lot of things. One is blatantly missing is actually advocacy. So advocacy is something which is really missing, and over a period of time we should, like we as doctors we should also advocate for the rights of the patients also. So that is one thing which is missing. Other than that, that is strongly present there in that sense. So in the NMC document, so over a period of time it is there. Only thing, the name of medical humanities is not there, but it has come in a different route as ADCOM, and this becomes, and over Uprit madam also knows that, and many of the people who have been working in this field for a long period of time in India know that it is around the world medical humanities has become established as a discipline. Only in India it has come in now as ADCOM, and over a period of time it will definitely get established as a discipline where through medical humanities we will be able to teach humanities as far as the students are concerned. And NEP document, National Education Policy, that also profoundly talks about interdisciplinary and transdisciplinary subjects. So in that sense, what is becoming important is, as a doctor we should also understand what is there in the other side, like transdisciplinary. So one of the strong transdisciplinary subjects will be humanities. So where we can understand, like we are also talking about psychology being part of that medical student journey. So like that, a lot of things are there as far as the humanities is concerned, either sociology or psychology or whatever it is. That is all the core subjects, but the expression of humanity is something which you need to bring in. The expression of humanities is art, poetry, narration, story. We are all good storytellers actually. India is known to be good storytellers. Only thing, over a period of time we have lost it actually. So we need to regain that storytelling art, and we need to regain this kind of things where we can help as far as implement it in our practice. So then humanities will become more expressive as far as that is concerned. And we have some of them are getting experienced and exposed as far as the faculties are concerned, as far as humanities is concerned. And we have a diverse student nowadays. It is not a study, it is a student body. The students are coming from different places, different experiences, and the kind of experience what they are coming in, I think we need to give them. And also there is in a national education policy, there is also a policy for lateral entry and exit. So in that sense, we need to implement some kind of subjects where the students can actually laterally exit outside and explore some other discipline, and also laterally entry inside also. So these kind of new things which are coming in national education policy. So naturally it becomes very important to incorporate all this. And then movie culture is very much there in all over India. I think some of the places like Andhra and Tamil Nadu, and even some of the places in North India, I think they are fanatic movie watchers. So naturally, through using movies, actually we can also teach humanities. And so some of the positive effects of humanities is actually one of the things which were not there during our times. There were actually for us when we were as students, actually there were we could at least the pressure of profession is not much, but over a period of time what we are seeing is the students are succumbing to the pressure of medicine. So the physician burnout is also becoming very common, and a lot of doctors are also dying because of the kind of stress or pressure what they are taking in. So medical humanities will become a very excellent method where it can help students to, or even the doctors to get out of this kind of pressures and things like that. And lifestyle medicine is also becomes part of the medical humanities in that sense. And some of the hindering factors are also there. Definitely we have to agree. Lot of medical colleges are coming in, and with the new thing, lot of colleges around India are coming in, and there will be definite shortage of staff who will be interested in medical humanities. So maybe it will take some time to for these kind of things to come in. And also large number of students when compared to Western countries and all, where the student population is for a classroom, it will be generally it will be around 75 or less than that. But here it is 150. Though each and every medical college is competing with other, we have 150, we have 250, we have 300, like that. So when you get in through too many students, the personal connections will be lost. So that the group kind of education or tutorials what we are need to practice will be lost in the practice. So this kind of things will be there. And the traditional architecture. So the traditionally we are used to lecture oriented approach. So to shift from the lecture oriented approach to more participatory method, it is actually something which takes time as far as the faculties are concerned. And regional and local imbalance will be there as far as the practice of medical humanities is concerned. Next slide, please. So I took one slide from, copied from one slide from Madam. So please pardon me. So a lot of things are happening around India from past 10-15 years as far as the medical humanities is concerned. And some of the visionaries actually are sitting here. Like one is UCMS Delhi and Mahe, and also Puranik sir is doing a lot of service as far as these things are concerned. And KM Hospital is also doing some kind of work as far as medical humanities is concerned. Even Manipal is doing, then St. John's are doing. So, and a lot of people are getting gradually contributing as far as medical humanities is concerned. It's only a question of time when it picks up the pace as far as humanities is concerned. And I already told that it has already come in, but it's come in a different route as ATCOM. So it will definitely has to get implemented over a period of time. So this is what we did last time when we conducted the international conference. Even I was perturbed by the way people participated for this conference. The kind of, next slide please. Yeah, the kind of speakers what could we get in. They are all doyens in as far as the medical health humanities is concerned around the world. Like Rita Sharan, the first thing actually when I started communicating with her, she came to the conference to check whether we are really doing something or not. So she doubted that we people are not doing something which is related to, or maybe some kind of the spams will be there, those kind of things. So she wanted to understand whether we really did or not. So to investigate us, she participated in the conference. So that's how we could get her. And she is she is the founder of narrative medicine. What we Madam narrated about one poem. So actually she is a founder as far as the narrative medicine in the world is concerned. She participated in the conference. And Jennifer Peterson from UK, she also participated. So a lot of people helped as far as this kind of, for coming in to make this conference successful. One was actually Satyendra ji. I think he contributed, and I started off with Apura sir, and through him a lot of people I got in, and somehow it got culminated in this conference, and we could make this conference successful. Thank you. Next slide please. And this is the next journey. Like from there we took it on to a society. So we have registered a society now, Indian Society of Health Humanities, and through this we want over a period of time we will all be joining hands together to conduct regular conferences, webinars, and also we want to see to it that each and every medical college will have some department which will focus and help the students as far as the ATCOM is concerned, so that the medical humanities becomes a department in each and every medical college. And one point rightly pointed out, the subjects, the CBME with the new CBME curriculum, actually a lot of subjects have come in, and but the thing is that duration they have reduced, but the content has been still there. The same contents has been there. I think over a period of time the experts will work on that to reduce the content. For a basic Indian medical graduate, what is essential, only those things we should be able to teach them during their life journey as far as the medical course is concerned. Because we, like going into the depth of some of the things, like for example, if for a basic medical graduate, some of the things which are generally seen by a specialist is not necessary. So those things and all we are teaching more. in the early part of their journey, either in the preclinicals or paraclinicals. So those things, if we reduce, then focus is shifted more on humanity, as all most of the speakers have spoken about it. The science, what we do as far as the humanities is concerned, like as far as a doctor is concerned, what we like when the doctor starts practicing, like the knowledge is actually coming from science, but the practice is actually coming from humanities. But during our time, how you learned humanities, actually we had role models. We used to see some of the good doctors, and looking at them, we learned that. But nowadays the problem is there for the now the students, where they don't have many role models. So for them, actually, it is the humanities is something which is coming up here parallelly. Next slide, please. So future, as far as humanities is concerned, we are working for regular conferences and medical, as far as the medical and health humanities is concerned, and we are also working for a journal. And as medical college teachers, what we can do is try to, more than focusing on like theatre of operation, will not help students to gain knowledge as far as the medical humanities is concerned. If you really want to make the students understand the core aspect of theatre of operation, then you have to make the student participate in a theatre of operation. So the participatory method or the expression of medical humanities is something which we need to focus as far as the medical college teachers are concerned. And as far as the students are concerned, students actually really enjoy it. If the expression part is, if you take them to a lecture where you will show them a movie, naturally they will enjoy it. The movie which will be focused on, which will teach them some kind, because movie is one place where we lose the psychic distance, where we become the hero, we become the heroine, we become whatever. The psychic distance is lost in a movie. That is the only place where we lose that distance. When we lose the distance, that the attachment will be more. So that's where we learn, or we try to incorporate the qualities of a hero or qualities of whatever it is there. So in that sense, so movies becomes a very powerful media as far as the teaching medical humanities is concerned, because that is something which students like. Along with that, theatre of operation is something which they are practicing since a long period of time. That also helps as far as the medical humanities is concerned. And as far as doctors is doctors, once we start practicing some of the principles of medical humanities, naturally the physical burnout can be overcome, and all this meditation, music therapy, all this is actually part of medical humanities. So all this, which if you start incorporating in our practice, it will also help us to live better and longer. Thank you. Next slide, please. So this is a powerful statement given by Leonardo DiCaprio, who when he took the award, he was talking about global change. So let us not take this planet for granted, and do not take tonight for granted. Thank you so very much. So this was a statement which was given during when we was talking about global warming. So this is something which we need to carry on as far as the doctors are concerned. Like we need to understand the power of medical humanities. So we should also see to it that we implement it in true spirit. And also, I also promise in that sense that we will implement this in our true spirit. And in fact, I came to know that sir has also given a check of 50,000 for as a part of the award. So that 50,000 will go to the Indian Society for Health Humanities. So thanks a lot for giving me the dais, and thanks a lot for everybody. Thanks a lot, sir.